I was thinking about, imagine a world in which we could get mental health treatment as openly and discuss it as a broken bone or a common cold, or I got COVID again, and just be like, so my depression's back or my anxiety's back, or, I'm bipolar, or whatever the diagnosis is. Imagine if it just could be normalized. And what I've always tried to do with my work is destigmatize mental health treatment and also share my story. I think a lot of you who know me well know that for years, my mom just resisted treatment for anxiety and depression. And there was so much stigma. There were cultural barriers around getting treatment, but it changed the trajectory of her life and mine. We didn't travel. She was nervous all the time. There were times that we would show up to do something fun and she'd say, I just can't go inside. We can't go in. And she would take that anger out on me. And then she would apologize later. My dad was a drinker. He kept his drinking very secret, but when he was drunk, he was a terror. And I think about all the self-medicating that people do, from my mom overeating to my dad drinking, to the ways that they mask their anxiety with drugs or with food and alcohol. And I just really wish that they had gotten help. And so my mom didn't let me help her get on medicine for depression until the last year of her life. And I was thinking how sad that was. It was great that she felt better, but how sad it was for me for most of my life with her. And so, I see people like this in my life still who their addiction is so strong that they're unwilling to give it up because they don't want to look at what's underneath the reason that they're medicating. And I remember so much my medication to food and self-medicating. And, I learned those things young, like, if you're not feeling well, shop and eat. That doesn't, serve you well in the long run. But those are just tools, right? Not good tools, but harmful tools, right? And so I was thinking, so many people really believe that they're alone and they're the only ones who suffer in this way. And they diagnose themselves. They resist treatment. They resist any feedback that they're given by people who really love them about the harm they're not just doing to themselves, but to others. And I came up with this today. I was saying this in a therapy session, actually, which was that you can't have both things. You can't be an island unto yourself and also reduce your suffering. So if you want to be out of your suffering, you can't see yourself as original, which is extremely empowering. We all think we're the most original person that was ever created, right? Like, so original, like no one else has this, no one's ever dealt with this. It's like, yeah, okay. I mean, I know people that like to be put in boxes and don't like to be horribly stereotyped or be, anything but their original selves. But often we're just not as original as we think we are. And our symptoms are similar to other people's symptoms. Our masking, our self-medicating is similar to other people's masking and self-medicating. And so if you want to reduce your suffering and get well, you can't be an island. You can't be stubborn. You can't be resistant. You can't, just think that what you're doing is only harming you. Even if you're enjoying it, it's kind of harming you a little bit. It's also harming the people around you. And so there's an incredible selfishness and stubbornness related to people who resist treatment. And there's also like legitimate fears about stigmatizing. But imagine if we could destigmatize this whole banana. Is there even an expression, this whole banana? You get it. So basically what I'm really saying is that net is, if you think you are completely original and nobody has anything that you have and you put yourself in that box, yes, you will feel very empowered that you're the most original person ever made, but you will be lonely and you cannot reduce your suffering that way. So I hope that we can get a lot more real about talking about what harms us and impacts us, and particularly destigmatizing mental health diagnoses. It just makes a world of good when we can just normalize your health is your health, and your mental health and your physical health and your emotional health and your spiritual health, all united. And when one is out of whack, or when you can't talk about your mental health and you feel that that's something so distinctly different than your physical health, then the people who are stigmatizing all that have won. So let's win today by being open and honest about the ways that we do harm by not getting help. All right, have a good day.